Marhaba and welcome. My name is Naba Al-Abdali from Arabic Alphabet Academy, and in this video, we'll be asking ourselves a question. Is this particular skill easy or hard to learn? Well, asking this question regarding Arabic, you're gonna say, is it hard or easy to learn? Especially after you hear so many videos and researchers say this is the hardest language after Mandarin. You know, the one with 2,000 characters. So is it easy or hard to learn? Well, fret not. Researchers and studies say that a typical English-speaking person can take about 88 weeks to learn modern standard Arabic dialect with its alphabet and grammar. And in this video, we'll be exploring the reasons why. So what makes learning Arabic difficult? Arabic, like many languages, has different dialects, which depends on the country it's spoken in, as well as the regions within the country. So focusing on the dialect you wish to learn is the first step you have to take going into learning Arabic language. However, that's the easy part. Other aspects of the language has its own hurdles you have to overcome, which are the writing system, the pronunciation method, as well as the grammar. We'll be taking each of these aspects and dissecting the difficult part. So first, we'll start off with the writing system. The writing system is difficult for English-speaking people because Arabic relies on diacritic marks instead of explicit vowels, which make it easier for beginners to make spelling errors. Another aspect of the language that requires getting used to is that it's written from right to left as opposed to left to right. Like I said, it requires getting used to. The pronunciation aspect of the language has several sounds that are unfamiliar to English-speaking people, especially the sounds that come from the back of your throat. That requires a lot of practice. English-speaking people will have to work extra hard in order to perfect or at least come close to perfecting these sounds. The final aspect of the language is the grammar. Arabic grammar is difficult. Most of its aspects are unfamiliar to English-speaking people. In verbal sentences, the verb actually precedes the subject. You also have to memorize the singular, plural form of the words as well as the dual form. You don't find that in a lot of languages, especially not in the English language. You don't have a dual form for words. So let's ask yourself a question. How can you make learning Arabic easier? Arabic is a very gorgeous and poetic language, and it's intimidating to learn as well because of its difficulty. However, it's worth the effort because of its importance around the world. Also, if you are enthusiastic about the locals, culture, and the language, you'll be able to reach fluency very quick. In Arabic Alphabet Academy, we offer you 5 steps on how to make learning Arabic quickly. Let's find them out. The first step is a given. You must learn and master the Arabic alphabet. Mastering the Arabic alphabet is your first step into mastering the language itself. It allows you to be able to read and write and even pronounce Arabic words correctly, therefore reaching fluency. Our second step is mastering Arabic pronunciation. Arabic has many distinct sounds that doesn't exist in English. Learning those may sound a bit daunting at first. However, I have an advice for you. Practice, practice, practice. Hold a small mirror in your hand and watch your pronunciation instructor and how they produce those strange sounds that don't exist in English. Try and imitate how they do it until it becomes as easy as pronouncing the rest of the common letter and sound. Key to mastering these strange sounds is practice. Our third point is practice speech. Practicing speech is probably the last thing a language learner wants to do. Let's face it, this is a language you're still a beginner at. You don't want to say something embarrassing or something wrong and appear kind of awkward in front of the locals, but don't let that self-consciousness stand between you and fluency. In order to achieve fluency, you have to try speaking from your very first lesson. How you want to do it is to practice having conversations in front of a mirror and then with the locals. Let's say you're trying to have an imaginary conversation about asking about direction. This is the most easier way in order to fill the gaps in your vocabulary knowledge. Let's say if you're asking about directions, you're standing in front of a mirror and you're asking about directions and answering yourself in this imaginary conversation. And then you stumble and say, oh, I don't know how to say turn right, and you start researching these words. Therefore, you'll be enriching your knowledge by yourself, even with the instructor's help. Next step is try and talk with the locals. Do not be embarrassed. The locals will be able to help you practice saying things more correct. Pro tip, that's what I did when I was learning English. Our penultimate step is to remember more with spaced repetition. The key to learning Arabic language is through a process that's called spaced repetition, which is you review your material several days after you have your lesson. With repeating that revision over and over, you'll be able to retain more of the information you need in your head. Our final step is to surround yourself with anything Arabic. You want to be able to train your ears understanding the Arabic language, and that happens by you listen to Arabic songs, you watch Arabic YouTubes, watch Arabic TV, learn more about the Arabic culture. When you train your ear, you'll be able to pronounce and speak the language even better. Another point you also need to focus on is to learn common words and phrases. It doesn't matter how many words you know walking into learning Arabic language. What's important is you learn the language and phrases people use in their everyday lives. These are the ones you need to focus your effort into learning. So what's the conclusion? Arabic is difficult, yes. It has many hurdles such as difficult grammar, absence of vowels, the writing system. However, if you follow these 5 steps we mentioned in this video, it'll make your Arabic journey that much more easier, and attaining fluency will be that much quicker. With enough patience and dedication, you'll be mastering this beautiful language, which is the gateway into knowledge of an ancient civilization, as well as conversing with different people from around. This concludes our video for the day. I hope you find it informal, educational, and easy to follow. And I'll be seeing you next time. إلى اللقاء.